The Octavia is the car that launched Skoda in India, and it very quickly established itself as a luxury car for the masses. Now, every version of this car since has lived up to that billing, and now there's a new facelifted version for 2017. Now, facelifts usually involve a small nip and tuck and a bit more equipment, but clearly there's a bit more going on with this one. That's right, Skoda has taken this facelift quite seriously and completely changed the front end of the Octavia. The new quad headlamp setup takes a little getting used to, but once you view the inner lamps as part of the grille, it looks a lot more cohesive, and the LED running lamps with their blade-like elements do look really smart. The butterfly grille slats are now glossy black, the lower air dam has a wide strip of chrome running through it like the Superb, and the bonnet has more aggressive creases on it. The changes elsewhere are a lot subtler. A new design for the alloys and sharper looking full LED tail lamps. And the changes aren't just restricted to the outside. Now, as ever, in its quest to provide a luxury experience inside the cabin of the Octavia, Skoda has gone all out. As before, there's this lovely two-tone dashboard with soft touch plastics, there's double-stitched leather on the seats, and there's even a big sunroof. But new for this car are a set of new dials that are borrowed from the Superb, and this lovely grey finished plastic insert in the doors that even gets ambient lighting with 10 color options. That's right. But the addition that I love the most is this new 8-inch touchscreen, which looks like one continuous pane of glass. It's really slick to operate and is loaded with features. There is satellite navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and a rear-view camera. But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to equipment. You also get front and rear parking sensors, adaptive LED headlamps, 2-zone auto climate control, an electric driver's seat with memory, USB ports at the rear, a driver fatigue warning system and 8 airbags. But the coolest feature by far is the hands-free parking system that does both parallel and perpendicular parking. Until now, this was something you'd only find in cars twice the price. The other Octavia strengths remain, like a massive 590-litre lift-back boot and a huge rear seat that's perhaps lacking slightly only in thigh support. Interestingly, however, some things have been tweaked under the skin. Now, there are almost no mechanical changes on this facelifted Octavia, so I don't have a lot to tell you from behind the wheel, but there are one or two things of note. For one, the rear track has been widened by 20mm on this diesel version and 30mm on the 1.8 TSI petrol version, and that, Skoda says, is to improve aesthetics as well as give it better handling and road holding at high speeds. Frankly, I can't quite feel the change here on these roads, but perhaps if you pushed it a little harder, you'd feel a bit more stability. Now, the other change is that the suspension has been softened across the board, and this is the change you definitely can feel. It feels a lot comfier at low speeds and over bumps, but when you do pick up the pace out on the highway, you will feel that it floats a lot more than it used to. So, while the wider track has supposedly added stability, the softer suspension has led to a bit more bounce. But overall, this car still has a commendable blend of comfort and body control. What hasn't changed at all are the engines. You still get a 150 horsepower 1.4 litre petrol with a manual, a 180 horsepower 1.8 litre petrol with a DSG automatic, and a 143 horsepower 2 litre diesel with either a manual or a DSG automatic. On this drive, we got to sample the diesel auto. Well, the diesel engine, as before, feels really punchy and it's got a solid kick in the mid-range. It's quite smooth too, but it's perhaps not the most refined engine in the class. So the Octavia fundamentals remain. It's a solid car with a lot of space and practicality, strong engines, loads of features and a quality cabin, which really gives the car an upmarket feel. The new features only add to that appeal. The chauffeur-driven will appreciate the cushier ride, and the new face, well, it grows on you in time. It will continue to be priced at a slight premium, but then, as before, you do get a lot of car for your money.